and thank you for joining us on the Sports on Joy News Prime. I'm Gary L. Smith. In our first story, the Ghana League Clubs Association boss has advised clubs threatening to withdraw from the Normalization Committee Special Cup to rethink their decision. This comes on the heels of Brecum Chelsea promising to do so or threatening to do so following the fact that they were given a stadium ban.
The rules and regulations that we are applying, then I don't see anything wrong with that. We always say that prevention is always better than cure. Yes, the disciplinary committee will now be sitting on the cases. I wouldn't want to sound prejudgmental. The disciplinary committee will be meeting. Yes, there is this new rule, or that started for some time now, where clubs are allowed to play behind closed doors. That option is also there, but I think we should leave the disciplinary committee to take their decision. But like it is done when security is threatened, no one should fault the normalization for coming in at that time and with that decision.
To some tennis, and the McDan ITF World Tour is still going on here in Accra. Today's day 3, and here are the highlights.
The rain delayed the McDan ITF World Tour Day 3 started with huge surprises, as it was the end of the road for Ghanaian stars Benjamin Fumi, Benjamin Palm, Johnson Aqua, Bernard Ashite and Andrews Adu Apia. Benjamin Palm, who had a wild card, lost 6-1, 6-2 to tournament number 3 seed Eric Van Schel from Ukraine. Unseeded Daniel Anim Korte also lost 6-love, 6-1 to number 1 seed Benjamin Locke from Zimbabwe. Michael John advanced to the second round after overcoming Russia's Alexei Dublin in straight sets, 6-3, 6-2. Namibia's Tukula Jacobs eased through to the second round with a 6-4, 6-7, 7-6 over Zimbabwe's Kutni John Locke. Bernard Ashite could not earn his first ITF ATP point as he lost 6-3, 6-1 to US-based Luke Jacob. The McDan ITF Match Day 4 continues on Thursday at the Accra Stadium Tennis Court.
To some bodybuilding news, and athletes have lamented the neglect of the sport by the government. As you would hear, Godwin Frimpong tells us that in some of their competitions, they're absolutely getting no support.
We go to competitions and we win competitions, we come home, ministers and all of them will invite us for press conference. Last year, they called me the black sheep of the family because I told President I'm not bringing anything. I'll just come with my flip-flop and come watch the minister or whoever shows his face. We are not supposed to beg for sponsorship from the government. If they can't do it, they should tell us from the initial stage that we can't do it. Then we seek for our own sponsorship. They don't let some of us use money that we can use to get our own ticket, buy ticket and come back home and rely on them saying that, oh, they're going to get our ticket for us to go. For where I was, it's just 2 hours to get to Joburg and compete in peace. I don't have to fly all over here for 7 hours and still go for vetting, and they will tell us that there's no money at the latter part. We are not begging for sponsorship. This is not the time for us to sit here. This is the time for us to be relaxing because we get just 2 weeks out to go compete. Last minute, they will come out, there is no money. And we'll put all the pressures on our shoulders, looking at individual faces to get sponsorship. And when we come back home, they want to hold a press conference and put it down in their diary that, oh, yeah, it was my era that Ghana bodybuilding brought 5, 6 medals. So if we're going to use our own energy, train, get our own money to get supplements and all of that, then sponsorship for the trip. We're not seeking for $10,000. We're not seeking for $20,000. We're not seeking for $50,000. We are not supposed to be here. If we're going to hold a press conference, we're just going to sit here and say, thank you, government, for helping us going to compete in the name of Ghana. I've represented Ghana on the continent. Everywhere we go, we lift the flag up. And we're sitting out here, less than 20 athletes and officials. Government is saying there's no money at last minute. We don't have anything to say. They will come back to us.
Back to football, and former Fulham and Stoke City player Mickey Adams has told Joy Sports the reason for England's 3 Lions' massive improvement in performance is down to something he knows.
We invested in a training facility called St George's Park, where all the England teams go. Fantastic facility. and the kids are now coming through. They're all playing the same way, they're all being taught the same things, but within that, you know, we've got some decent individuals as well. So like everything else in football, it is a team game, but from an individual perspective, you know, the bar has been set really high.
To some boxing, and Jacobs and Alvarez made their grand arrivals on Tuesday, thereby initiating the week of festivities ahead of their middleweight unification title fight at the T-Mobile Arena. So that's Canelo Alvarez and Daniel Jacobs.
Alvarez and Daniel Jacobs held their final press conference ahead of this weekend's title bout at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Considered boxing's miracle man, Jacobs, who is a cancer survivor turned middleweight champion, will attempt to burnish his resume with what would be his biggest win when he takes on Saul Alvarez on Saturday night.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime for me, and I'm mostly excited to get in there to show the world that I am the best middleweight of my generation. I've been saying it all the while, but now I finally have an opportunity to prove it, to go against this fine stellar champion in Canelo Alvarez. You guys are going to see fireworks, masterful boxing, skills, dedication, persistency, and grit, most importantly.
Alvarez, who is regarded as one of boxing's top pound-for-pound boxers, will be defending his WBA Super, WBC, and ring middleweight titles. It will be the Mexican's biggest challenge since his impressive fights against Gennady Golovkin and Rocky Fielding last year.
I want to thank everyone involved, the Zone, Team Jacobs, Golden Boy, my team, and everyone for making this possible. And I'll repeat to you, I'm ready. I'm ready to continue writing history like I always have. I'll see you all Saturday night. Thank you.
Jacobs' record stands at 35-2 with 29 knockouts as he will try to defend his IBF middleweight title.
I'm in my prime now, too. I think I'm the only fighter that Canelo has faced, other than since Floyd Mayweather, to been in his prime, to be at an all-time high now. So for me, I'm super confident, but I'm going in there with the ability as well. So I do think that I'll be victorious by just being the best version of me and displaying great skills that I have naturally.
Let's do some European football, and Chelsea and Arsenal are in action in the UEFA Europa League after the exertions of two other English clubs in the Champions League. What can they do? 83 minutes gone in that Arsenal game against Valencia. The Gunners are leading by 2-1. They were pegged, but they've come back to be leading. Chelsea also drawing 1-1 in Germany against Eintracht Frankfurt. We are 50 days to the start of the African Cup of Nations, and the 50 days will be tomorrow. And in anticipation of the tournament, the Joy Sports team will be bringing you our plans for the competition. That will be tomorrow. Will be on the AM show at 8:30 a.m. to launch it, and also at 7:15 a.m. on Joy FM to launch our coverage and to let you know what we'll be doing for you this African Cup of Nations. I'm Gary Al Smith, and that's the sport for now.